Hello CFA students and CFA candidates. Welcome to another CFA Daily Lesson. I'm Rafael Paloni and I'm here today to cover one of the questions on quantitative methods for CFA Level 1. So without any further notice, shall we go straight away to the question? A portfolio has an expected return of 15% and a standard deviation of returns of 31%. For an investor with a threshold rate of return of 4%, the shortfall risk is closest to. So this question may seem a lot difficult with lots of information, and you may think I'm spending lots of time to develop and to solve this, but be cool. The answer to this is kind of straightforward. First thing you should notice, he's not asking you what's the return or what's the threshold. He's asking you the shortfall risk. This term, shortfall risk, should remind you of something that is kind of old, but very classic in CFA Level 1. It's called ROI, Safety First Ratio. So you will notice that the ROI Safety First ratio is very similar to the Sharpe ratio, but it has one small difference. Instead of plugging the risk-free rates, we'll plug the threshold. In other words, what's the minimum rate of return that you accept? It may not be the risk-free. It may be a little more. So the return of your portfolio minus your threshold, here's the key difference, divided by the standard deviation of returns. So once again, look at this ratio. You will see that it's similar to the Sharpe ratio in many terms, except for the threshold. Let's plug the numbers we have. So the rate of return is 15%, your threshold is 4%, and your standard deviation is 31. So 15 minus 4 makes 11, 11 divided by 31 makes around 0.35. Okay, so is that the answer? Should I plug letter A and that's it? No, take it easy, because this number is showing you a probability in the normal distribution. So this is kind of a Z. What is this number, 0.35? What it's telling you is that the number you were accepting, the minimum return that you want, your 4%, your threshold, is 0.35 standard deviation to the mean. In this case, it's better to say it's to the right because it's positive. So it's right here. So whatever you have to the right is the probability that you will get more than necessary, more than the minimum you require. But what's to the left, what's to the left of it, the accumulated term to the left, means the probability that you get less than you wanted. In other words, the probability that you will get less than 4%, less than your threshold. And this is the shortfall risk he's asking you. So this is the information we want. So what's the probability of being to the right and to the left? To know this information, you have to go to this table right here. This information is given to you in the real exam, if he's to request this. And he gave you the accumulated Z distribution. So you can look at the 0.35, so 0.3 with the 0.05. So this is the number he's giving you, right? So the probability that is accumulated until the 0.35 is 63.7%. So is that the answer? Is that the number I want? No, because the information I really need is what is to the left of it. In other words, what's the tail? So if you have 63.7% until this part, what you have left is 36.3. And this is the area, this is the probability that I've been looking for. And this is the shortfall risk. So what's the shortfall risk? Well, 36% approximately. And that brings us to letter A. So in this question, we saw another topic that is widely covered in the quantitative methods, the ROI Safety First ratio. You see that you have to interpret, remember the formula, interpret the results, and then go to the alternative. I hope you like it. Keep following us. There are more questions to come. and we'll be in touch. Thanks, guys.